Hi everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we will be covering AWS Launch templates. We'll be seeing what launch templates are, their purpose, how we can create launch templates, and how to spin up instances from launch template. So we'll be covering some theoretical parts and we'll be going to demo and we'll create some launch templates. So let's start this video. So basically launch templates contains the configuration information to launch an instance. Suppose while launching instance, we need to give multiple inputs such as what AMI to use, what security group, subnet, etc. So we can have this all configuration stored in a form of template and we can call it a launch template. So with launch template, you do not have to feed in all the information every time. You can use that template and create instances. So this store the launch parameters that you do not need to specify them every time, as I said. This launch template can contain AMI ID, instance type, network settings, so you can have all your information which you need while launching the instance stored here. You can create one or more launch template version. Suppose you created a launch template that is using a particular instance type. So that will be called as version 1. Now you want the same launch template to have a different instance type. So you create another version of that launch template and that will be a next version. So you can see here there are different versions of launch template with slightly different information. Like here you can see what is changed. The security group is added. So the version is changed and the next version security group is changed. Instance type is changed. AMI ID is changed. So it is a version 3. So you can create multiple versions of the launch template. So there are certain theoretical or important points regarding launch template. First of all, you can have a maximum of 5,000 launch templates per region and a launch template can have up to 10,000 versions. Parameters are optional in launch template. So you can launch template or you can create launch template without parameters. But important point to consider is that parameters are not validated when you create a launch template. So that means if you give some incorrect values for the parameter, then you will not be able to launch the instances using that. And the reason for this is that launch template does not validate the parameters. So you can attach a tag to the launch template, but you cannot tag a launch template version. Another important point to consider here is that launch templates are immutable. That means you cannot modify a launch template, but definitely you can create a new version of the launch template with slight modification or as per your requirement. Launch template versions are numbered in the order in which they are created. So that means you cannot give a specific version to a launch template. It will be automatically taken in order. So this is a quick theory about launch template. So let's go to the AWS console and create some launch template. So before moving ahead, if you like this content, then please do like this video and subscribe the channel. That will definitely encourage me in making more such video. Thank you and let's proceed now. So this is my AWS console and currently I'm in the EC2 dashboard. And if you see this instances tab here, you can see launch templates. So here you can create a launch template. I'll just create it. You need to give the launch template version. Let's say my session template. You can add some description. Further, you need to select the AMI. So I selected this AMI and that is fine. Instance type, I'll select t2.micro. I can define my key pair as well. Network setting, you can define which subnet to create. Let's say I define my public subnet here. You can define the security groups as well. You're gonna create a new security group. You can name it my session. You can add some rules here. Let's say I'm adding SSH allow anywhere, let's say, and I can add another rule. I want to allow HTTP. I want to allow HTTP connection from anywhere. I can add this rule. Storage volume and everything I'll keep it same. I can define some user data also. So I have a small script that will configure the instance with some index.html, so I can define this. Now I can create a launch template. So description we have to give for security rule. This is okay. Now I can create the launch template. So once you have launch template, let's go to this. So this is my launch template. Here you can see you have all the details which you have added. Further to this, you can see the versions. So right now I have only one version. So this is how we create launch template, and how we can create the instances from this. You have to just select this and you can launch instance from this template. So how many instances you want to give. So you can see version is one only, because in case we have multiple versions, then we can select different versions from drop down. I'll show that in coming. So everything same. You can still select subnet. Here you can give any other thing. So I'll just launch this instance. Okay, so it is launching. So let's wait for this to come up. So currently it is in the pending state. So let's wait for this to come up. So my instance is up and running now. So I can just click on this and you can verify all the details, like which AMI ID we chose, what security group, what subnet, everything, key pair as well. So it has all the detail. And if you remember that we have added one user data also. Basically that user data was configuring HTTPD service and adding the hostname to the index.html. So if I just take the public IP here and try to access this, it is giving me the host name of the instance. So this is coming from user data. And second, we have allowed port 80 in the security group. So this is working fine. Now next thing which I'll do, I'll just go to my launch template and I'll try to update it. So let's say actions, modify template, and I don't do much modification. I just change the key pair. Let's say I give this key pair and I'll save it. Since launch templates are immutable, that means you cannot modify the launch template, but definitely you can create a new version. So with this, if you just see here, now I have two versions of the launch template. And if I try to create some instance, now you are getting a drop down and you can select other template version. And if you just scroll down to the key section, you can see by default the key pair is changed. So this is what we updated in the version. So if you create this instance, you will be able to launch instance with new key pair. This is one. And second important thing to note is that suppose you have created some instance, this one, you can launch similar instances as well. If you just go here, actions, image and templates, you can create launch more like this. So you can launch similar instances with this same configuration. So if you just create the instance, it will be very much similar to the current instance. If you see it, it is having user data as well by default, and you just launch this instance, so it will be very much similar to the current running instance. So I'll not create it. And one last thing for this video is that suppose you have this running instance, you can create the launch template directly from the running instance. You do not have to go to this launch template tab and create. Suppose you have done some configuration and you have this instance running, so you can just select this and go to image and template. So create template from the instance. So once you create, it will automatically take details like which AMI you chose, instance type, key pair, subnet, everything it will take, even the user data also. You just have to give this name, my instance template, and later you can use this template to create more instances. Let's say, see, now I've created a template from my running instance as well. So that is you can do. So mainly what we did in this video, we created a launch template, we launched one instance, we changed the version of the launch template. Third thing we did, we created a launch template from the running instance. So this is how we create a launch template, and mainly these launch templates are used in case of autoscaling group. So I'll be covering autoscaling in the coming video. So this is just for reference. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you like it.